Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction for Man City versus Crystal Palace in the Premier League. So make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let's jump into it. So Palace, this is a tough game for us. We've seen in recent years they've caused us a few problems. They do like to try and upset us. Even at the Etihad, we've seen us get beat there by them. And even last year, they went 2-0 up at halftime. We needed a Haaland hat trick, turn things around. Although we were inspired by Bernardo Silva as well that day. So look, don't take anything for granted in this game. Palace can hurt you. And they may be missing Saha, but they still have good players that can hit you on the break and will be dangerous from set pieces as well. Now look at the form. We've had an interesting couple of months, but Palace as well, they've lost 4 of the last 5, and they've not won in any of those 5, and they got beat by Liverpool last time out at home. I thought they were unlucky in that game as well. Watch it, I thought they were pretty unlucky. He had Ayu sent off too, so he's going to be missing for this one, which is big for us because he's a real threat for them. But they are coming to the Etihad and they will try and nick 3 points. I don't think they'll settle for a draw. They're not one of those teams. If they get a chance and they get a chance to counter, they're going to take it. So we have to be careful on that one. Now look at our form. Like I said, we've won 3 of our last 6. We got a defeat in there, a couple of draws as well. A couple of draws we should have won. And even at the Etihad, we're not playing particularly great. I don't trust us to keep a clean sheet. So this could be 2-2, 3-2. It's going to be another interesting game. It's going to be a hard-fought game regardless how you see it. And going into it, we're missing Haaland. Pep said he's not ready. There's stress fracture. He's still out with that. We don't know when he's going to be back exactly. But we should still have enough to get past them. We won midweek in Red Star Belgrade away from home in the Champions League. And, of course, our front 5, they were pretty young. We had Foden out there. We had Lewis up there at one point. Hamilton, Bob. So, look, it's not a game I would start Hamilton. It's not a game I would start Bob either. But Pep needs to start using his bench more. Even in the last few seasons, we've seen him not want to go to his bench, not trust the players on there. He's got to start using them. He's got to start giving players more rest, whether they're winning, losing, drawing. He's got to mix things up a little bit, try different things. And he's got the players there. We've seen it. Just midweek, we've seen it. The players can step up. They can produce. Not straight away, but bring them off the bench in the second half and give other players like Alves, who don't get much time off, like Rodri, who don't get much time off, give them rest when they need it. Particularly if we are leading it in games, just put more trust in them. That's what I'd like to see. Even in this one, even if it's 2-2, just give players a rest because we've got a busy period coming up. This Christmas period is absolutely massive for us, and it's usually where we shine. So we've got to take full advantage of that. We've got to keep players fit. We can't keep getting injuries because we just haven't got the squad for it. As for who I would start in this one, look, like I said, Palace are a tough game, and it's going to be no joke. This one, it's not going to be 5 or 6. No, it's not going to be a comfortable win either. I can't see it being one of those. So who just start? Well, Alvarez has to start up front because Haaland's not there. That's if Alvarez is fit to do it. And that means Foden coming in, probably put him in the middle. I can see him also putting Rico Lewis in the middle as well. I know he's a right back and I like him a right back, but when Walker's in the team, I think Lewis can do a job in midfield. I can. And if you put him in Kovacic in there, I think that's a good solid middle. Usually I'd say put Bernardo in there, and that's who I'd like to see in there. Bernardo, Lewis, put them in middle. Lots of energy, lots of running around. Not much, I would say not much creativity, but Bernardo isn't there really to create too much when he's in the middle. He's there to break things down, and Lewis is there as well to break things down. But I think Lewis will do a better job than Alvarez linking the defence, stopping counter-attacks, and actually getting forward as well. Because if Alvarez doesn't score when he's in that role, he doesn't really offer anything to the team, but Lewis would. And like I said, Palace are dangerous. So I'd put him in there, put Kovacic in there, and obviously with Rodri as well. If he's, I don't think he's suspended, maybe he's suspended, but I'd put Rodri in there if he can. In defence, for me, I think Stones had a great game midweek against Red Star. Of course, he was the captain as well. I think he did a great job. Akanji, he has to play for me. He's the best at the back four at the moment. He's been absolutely phenomenal, and I think he's been carrying Diaz for the last 5-6 games. I mean, Diaz should have been taken out of the team 2 games ago, but Akanji has been absolutely phenomenal. Right back's obviously going to be Walker. We need his pace, regardless of having a good or bad time. His pace is massive to us. And at left back, I'd put Ake in. I don't think Guardiola has had a good time. I think he could do with a rest, a little bit of a break. And if I wouldn't play Guardiola left back, to be honest. I'd put him centre half, but it's Pep in it. But I'd put Ake at left back. And of course, Edison in goal as well. That means wing, Grealish. I think he did a good job against Red Star. He's just come back from injury. He's just getting match fit. But he's got into it quite well, and he's doing what Grealish does, which is win a lot of free kicks. He can hold up the ball really nicely. And yeah, he's definitely a threat going forward. He's more direct than some of the other wingers that we've got. And of course, Foden on the right-hand side. That's how I'd go. That's the lineup I'd go with. But then again, if he wants to put Nunes in midfield instead of Rico, I don't blame him for that either, because I think actually against Red Star, Nunes had his best game for us. I think he was absolutely brilliant in that game. We saw the best one. We saw him use his pace. We saw him use his strength because he's really good at holding the ball up. And I saw him create a lot of chances as well. And in fact, if he'd taken a few shots himself, I think we could have got more goals that night. I think he would have scored. But I think he was probably our best player along with Akanji midweek. Now, if he does play Alvarez in the middle, I said it midweek during the watch long, and I said in the match reaction as well, why not put Nunes up front on his own? Because he's the one that was holding the ball up. He's the one capable of getting the ball with his back to goal and holding off the defender. Alvarez ain't going to do that much. And he put, who did he put up there last time up front? I can't remember. Was it Bob? I think it was Bob, wasn't it? They're never going to be able to do it, but Nunes can do that job. Him and Grealish, I think they're the two best. When we're going to play a false nine, it's got to be Grealish or Nunes. And in this one, with those physical Crystal Palace centre-halves, where they're going to absolutely bully you, we saw what they did to Liverpool last season, what they tried to do to Haaland as well. Put Nunes up there. Put Nunes or Grealish, and not one of the youngsters up as a false nine. That's if you don't play Alvarez there. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be tough. Like I said, it's not going to be a walkover. It's not going to be a 5 or 6-0. If you look at Palace's last 6 games, they've lost 3-2 at home to Everton. They lost 2-1 away to Luton. They drew 1-1 with West Ham. Beaten 2-0 by Bournemouth and beaten 2-1 by Liverpool. So look, they can score goals, but they're leaking goals as well. They're just like us. They can score, but they'll definitely concede. So if you put a bet on, both teams are going to score in this one. Absolutely. And it could be 3-2 to either team. Yeah, good game. Now, I will be going to the game, so I'm not going to be doing a watch on, but keep an eye out for the match reaction. Keep an eye out for the player ratings as well afterward. And hopefully we win. Hopefully we get 3 points, because I think after this, it's on to the Club World Championship. I think our first game's Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah. Big things to come. And hopefully we get another trophy as well. And we're officially the best team in the world. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. As always, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe as well. Let me know your starting 11 in the comments. And yeah, let me know how wrong I am as per. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.